Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Football, baby. From the preseason NFL. Yeah, there were NFL games on last weekend, which is crazy. To college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. And you think that you know your football stuff? Get in on their winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. So you could maybe win $300,000. When the game's over, head on over to BetOnline's online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of their 150 slot games. Head to their website today and use promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, and get in on the action. BetOnline, the game starts here.
All right. So let's, the Power Four conferences.
That's so weird to say.
It's not right.
Power
Pretty soon it's going to be
four.
Power 3.
How
Power
dare
two.
you say
How
that,
dare I
James?
say that?
You arrogant Utah
So
fan.
let's go. I don't know what rotation we want to go, but let's go with the SEC first. Who will be in the end? Don't cheat.
Don't look at his answers.
There's not a
Yes,
I know. Is this like a test?
Mine's correct. So yeah, if you pick off mine,
We're all going to pick the exact
No,
same.
No, we're not.
no, we're not.
No, Gary's going to be wrong.
So let's start with the SEC. We're just at tonight. It's going to be who the two finalists are going to be in their conference or in the league championship. Start SEC. You go. Then we'll reverse the order.
You go. Okay. Georgia, Texas.
Georgia.
Oh, maybe we didn't all pick the same. Georgia, Texas.
Georgia, Texas. I told you we were going to pick the same.
He didn't.
I didn't. It's going to be Georgia and Alabama.
You're
No,
wrong.
Bama's not.
No, no, you
Bama's
guys-
not.
You
You're-
freaking people. Because
You're wrong.
Bama's not. Bama's not.
hey, mark my word, everybody. Everyone's going to
LSU.
agree. Oh, get that,
Georgia versus
get that garbage
LSU.
out of here. It's not
No.
LSU. Come on.
Okay, who's right? James and Bryn or Gary? I don't know.
It's going to be Georgia and Alabama. DeBoer's going to do
I
it.
hope
man.
not, because that's
They got
just
so
boring.
much talent with the way.
It's boring.
It's boring. Come on. Now that you've got Texas and Oklahoma,
That's not. Okay. Yeah, it is.
Gary,
Gary's right. That's what he's saying.
It's not right.
All right, Big Ten.
you go because
Big-
now.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said reverse order.
Big Ten. I'm going Ohio State, Oregon.
Yeah, Ohio
That's-
State,
that's-
Oregon. I told you we're all going to pick the same.
Not.
It's Ohio State, Oregon, with USC in 8th.
So Ohio State,
Michelle Tyler knows it.
You guys are out of your mind.
Yes.
Alabama.
Texas Mike.
Don't
Absolutely.
don't listen. Look, people.
These people are with.
No,
They're
I'm
on the
just saying-
wavelength of
If even if you agree with him, you don't tell
Oh,
him.
yeah,
that.
see, Ole Miss is
I
in
can
there,
handle
too.
Ole Miss,
I
but
know.
they're not going to do it.
They're not
They
gonna
just
do it.
never do.
Exactly. Prove me wrong.
I'd love it.
I would too. I would love it if it was Ole Miss versus almost anybody.
Let's say Georgia, Ole Miss. I'll change mine just to be different. Georgia, Ole Miss.
Gary's
Gordon, who do
correct,
you-
everybody.
Gary is
Okay,
not
but now
correct.
Oh my gosh.
so
Okay.
everyone at the Big Ten,
I have a hard
Ohio
time.
State and Oregon.
I have a hard time just picking against them. Those two teams play, by the way. They play each other. So that's gonna be so fun to watch. Hopefully we don't overlap. But I just can't pick Penn State right now. I can't pick Michigan. Washington, obviously not. I just can't. So yeah, I think those are the two teams.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, and it'd
so
be so fun to watch.
You
that.
do have,
Oh,
I feel like the Ohio State,
Arkansas,
Michigan,
Mississippi.
Ohio State, Michigan is,
Gordon.
it's unpredictable. I don't think Michigan can beat them this year. However, strange things happen when it's the rivalry stuff.
Mhm.
And I don't feel like Oregon has that matchup with a rival in the conference. I mean, Washington, but I just don't think Washington's going to be on that
No,
same
they're not,
level
but-
this year.
Doesn't Ohio State go to Oregon?
Yes.
Is that what
It's
it
in
is?
Autzen.
It's in out.
Where does,
Autzen.
is Ohio State, Michigan? Where is that? Because where was it?
I
This
don't- I'm
last
guessing.
year.
And I can't remember.
I don't know. You're asking
Somebody
me
in the chat
questions.
say, was it at the big? I can't remember because that makes a difference too. What I'm saying is, I think Oregon for sure. I think Ohio State. I still think they're going to be one of the finalists.
They
but
they're good. So
I don't know.
okay.
It's going to be fun to watch the Big Ten. I do think And I'm going to cheer for Oregon. We already said that last week.
It is
Washington,
it's
Oregon.
at Ohio. It's at Ohio.
In Ohio State. Okay, so maybe this is the year they finally beat Michigan. And they don't have Connor Stallions stealing
Over
all
there.
of their signs, so maybe it'll be a better game.
All right, ACC.
This one was a little bit trickier. Because
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see
There's
what
a
you
set-
put.
There's essentially 3 teams.
Is there?
It's yes. Just Clemson. I'm saying Clemson, Florida State.
Those would be my choices. But I'll say,
No, you
Look,
can't.
nah.
You can't.
well, those are my choices. But
Say
I'm gonna
Cal.
say
Pick Cal.
Was Cal in that league?
Cal
Stanford.
Stanford. You know what? Go Cal. Go do it. Go do it. No, we don't face each other this season.
No, we don't get to play each other
Playoffs.
unless we're in the
No,
playoffs,
I'm talking
baby.
Oregon, Utah. Yeah,
I know, unless we're in the
championship game.
playoffs. I'll say Florida State and Miami. Just,
That would be fun.
just a
That
Okay,
would be fun.
You just to throw stuff out there isn't legit.
Gary, don't. He's just
It's
What?
Miami.
he's on.
I'm
one.
going Miami and
Okay.
Clemson. It's Miami, Clemson.
You can't just throw stuff out there.
I'm not. Authoritatively, I've said it.
Yeah.
Steven, we're right here, man. We're on a wavelength. It is.
Gary
It's gonna be
paid these
Miami
people. We know it.
But here's my question with
and
Clemson.
Clemson.
How long can Dabo not keep up with the times of college football? He's very vocal about he won't do transfer portal, all that
It's
stuff.
working.
So,
Dude,
but that's my, but so far it's working. At what point though is that going to catch up with him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
That's the
I
question.
think.
Maybe this year. That's why I didn't pick him.
No,
You know what?
I think he's coming
Florida
on.
State, Miami would be fun, but
There you go.
Cristobal,
I know. I don't think that'll.
Their
happen.
offense. I saw people
Scary.
that have come in. Their offense. I heard that their D is iffy, but with Cam Ward flinging the ball around. No, dude, he's made a huge.
good.
Oh,
He's good. He's not.
You're saying he's not good?
I'm saying
he's saying he's no.
no.
Cam
no.
Ward is good.
I'm saying he's good. I'm not saying that he's program changing, playoff bound. I think that
He
he's
is the difference for Miami.
okay. We'll see.
He was with Washington State that had nowhere near the talent of Miami, and he still flung that ball over the place.
Yes.
I think he's a difference maker for
And
them.
let's be honest. The ACC overall, not a great conference. So
Well,
it's not.
Shots
It's not.
there's some
fired.
good teams there.
There's some good teams, just like how he's a good quarterback. They're not elite teams, just like how he's not.
Well, we're
an
going to
elite
find
quarterback.
out, aren't we?
I'm not taking anything away
You
from him.
take it so
He does.
personally.
He takes it so. Did you ever think in your life you would be defending Miami to the point where you're like foaming a little
No,
bit?
it's Cristobal.
Foaming.
Cristobal, for heaven's sakes.
I could see Cristobal blowing it,
Yeah.
but I think Cam Ward's.
What is that comment?
It's
What is
not
it?
a don't even.
Oh, what a dumb comment. Oh, did I make him a?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so are we doing Big 12?
And now the Big 12, who is in the championship game. Do I go?
Yes.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Of course, it's
So-
Utah. Utah, and I'm going Kansas State. Kansas State, Utah in the final, in the championship.
Utah, Kansas State. You act like I'm stealing. There's not a plethora of teams to choose from. What do you? But then he gets mad at me when I do something different. Utah, Kansas State. Utah, West Virginia, Jersey.
West
there.
Virginia, that would be impressive.
Utah, Arizona. Ooh.
Utah, K-State, baby.
Michelle, that would be.
What is it?
She said Utah versus Arizona. That would be interesting.
Arizona's not going to get there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Utah,
Yeah,
K-State.
I think it's Utah K State. I think that it's a 3-team race, just like the ACC. I think it comes down to Utah, K State, and Oklahoma State. So I'm saying Utah, Kansas State. I just think Kansas State, they're good. They got a good defense. I think that's the difference.
Okay, tell me what you think about this. In all honesty, I mean, we're never going to know, obviously, till we start playing games, but I think there's a lot of parity in the Big 12.
Yeah, teams are
I
going to beat up on
believe
each
that-
other.
half of the league. I don't know where the breakoff is with all the number of teams, but honestly, half of the league could make the final. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think we underestimate some of these teams. I could easily see it not being Utah and Kansas State. There's some other teams out there that could do some damage, and I believe that no one's going to run the table in the league and is going to have no losses or one loss. I think every team will have at least a 2-loss.
Yeah. It is.
I mean, as I look at the rosters, look at the QBs, look at the strength of their teams. I'm just saying.
I doubted you, but I would take the top 5. So here is the preseason poll.
Okay.
Utah 1, Kansas State 2, Oklahoma State. We've all agreed on that.
Any of them.
Kansas.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm with you. Arizona.
That QB.
Yeah, see, you said no, they're not going to make it. Arizona could be up there.
But my odds are no, but yes, they're in the mix.
Then that's the line to me, because then it's Iowa State. I don't see Iowa State.
Iowa State's pretty. They're QB.
I know, but over those other 5 teams, I don't see it.
We'll see.
West Virginia, UCF, Texas Tech, and then it's just.
I think
TCU though. I don't know about TCU. Who knows?
UCF is underrated because
UCF.
I'm just saying, there's not this like 3 teams and everybody else.
No, it's 5.
If
maybe 6,
you could go to some. I'm just talking. So Utah could end up going somewhere to play, and new surroundings, new things. They're not on their game, and they can lose. They're not. No team in this league is dominant. It's going to require them to be on their top of their game all the time.
It feels in a lot of ways.
I'm just saying, I feel like the parity. It's going to be interesting to see it, and I'm excited about that.
It feels just like last year,
just like the Pac-12.
It is interesting. Like we sat here last year and had all these same discussions that we could see. Oregon last year, Washington last year, USC last year, Utah. I mean, before all the injuries, like Arizona. It's so reminiscent of last year, and it's hard. And I think you're right. Like it's a gauntlet every week.
And then just like the Pac-12, there'll be 2 of those teams that finish 8-5, and it's disappointing, right? Like that's just how it's gonna be. And they lose games because, like you said, you go on the road and you play a night game at Texas Tech and they beat you, and you go, freak. We should have won that game. So those are the kind of things.
Well, let's do this first.